Welcome back, everyone, to the deep dive. This time, we're going deep into the world of open source AI.
Exciting stuff.
Yeah, and we had a listener send in this article from Nos Research.
Oh, yeah.
They're an AI accelerator company, I guess you could say.
Hmm.
And the title of the piece is From Black Box to Glass House, the Imperative for Transparent AI Development.
Interesting.
Yeah, it really is. Because it kind of asks this question, is open source AI
Yeah.
a force for good, making this powerful technology available to everyone? Or is it like a Pandora's box,
Right.
like
Right.
some people are afraid of?
Yeah. A lot of anxiety around that.
Exactly. And the article brings up some really intriguing arguments and some surprising facts. So I think we're going to have a really interesting conversation today.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too. Um, One thing I thought was really interesting is the article talks about how much fear there is surrounding AI right now.
Oh, absolutely. It's palpable.
Right, and how it's leading to these calls for strict regulation.
Yeah. And, while that fear is understandable,
Mm-hmm.
I think
Mm-hmm.
we have to be careful that we don't stifle progress because of it,
Yeah.
especially when we think about areas like healthcare, where AI has the potential to do so much good.
Yeah, imagine missing out on a breakthrough because we were too afraid to even explore the possibilities.
Exactly.
So let's break down one of the core concepts here. Open source versus closed source AI.
Okay.
What are the arguments for open source? What is open source?
Right. So imagine for a second that only a select few people
Okay.
had access to a tool like Photoshop.
Mm.
The potential for misuse for control over imagery would be immense,
Mm.
right?
Yeah, that's a little scary.
It is. And that's the kind of closed system that this article is really warning against.
So closed source is like the secret recipe, only a few people have access to it.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
And that feels unsettling, especially with something as powerful as AI.
Absolutely.
Now, on the other hand, open source AI, that's like throwing the doors wide open, right?
It's like making the code for Photoshop public. Anyone can see it, understand it, modify it, even build on it.
Hmm. That makes sense, but wouldn't that also make it easier for someone with bad intentions to, exploit it?
It's a valid concern,
Mm-hmm.
but the article makes this really bold claim.
Okay.
It says the uncomfortable truth is that there is no such thing as closed source.
Oh, wow.
And we've seen this time and time again, even heavily guarded systems,
Mm.
like government agencies or big AI companies like OpenAI and Anthropic.
Yeah.
They've all experienced data breaches.
Really, even those companies with all their resources and security.
It happens, and it highlights this reality
Mm.
that leaks are almost inevitable,
Wow.
whether it's due to human error or system vulnerabilities or just determined hackers.
I remember a few years ago, there was that big leak of facial recognition data
Oh, yeah.
from one of those major tech companies, and it sparked this huge debate about privacy and security,
Absolutely.
even though the company had insisted that their systems were impenetrable.
Right. It just goes to show you.
So if even those closed systems are vulnerable, is the article suggesting that open source AI is actually more secure?
That's exactly what they're arguing.
Hmm.
It might seem riskier on the surface, but open source allows for so much more scrutiny.
Mm.
More eyes on the code means vulnerabilities are spotted and patched much more quickly.
It's like that old saying, two heads are better than one, but on a massive scale.
Exactly. And there's actual evidence to support this.
Oh, really?
Take the open source operating system, Linux,
Yeah.
which powers a huge chunk of the internet.
Mm-hmm.
That community consistently identifies and addresses vulnerabilities way faster
Okay.
than their closed source counterparts.
So it's not just a theory, it actually works in practice.
It does.
That's pretty compelling, I have to admit.
Yeah.
But what about the potential for misuse?
Right.
If anyone can access the code, couldn't someone use it for harm?
Well, this is where the conversation gets really interesting.
Okay.
The article argues that knowledge itself isn't inherently good or evil. It's how it's used that matters.
Yeah.
Think about a hammer.
Hmm.
It can be used to build a house, or it can be used as a weapon.
I like that analogy.
Right. It's the same tool,
Yeah.
but the outcome depends on the intent of the user.
So are they saying that restricting access to AI knowledge, even potentially dangerous knowledge, is not the answer?
That's their argument.
Hmm.
The focus should be on fostering responsible development and use,
Okay.
not on limiting access to the knowledge itself.
But how do you ensure that everyone's using it ethically in an open source environment?
That's where transparency becomes so crucial.
Okay.
Open source AI allows for greater accountability
Mm-hmm.
because everything is out in the open.
Right.
If everyone can see how the technology is being developed and used, it becomes much harder for someone to misuse it without being detected.
So it's like a built-in system of checks and balances.
Exactly.
Interesting.
And the article goes even further. It suggests that some of the loudest calls for AI regulation
Yeah.
might actually be driven by self-interest rather than genuine concern for safety. And they introduced this idea of regulatory capture.
Regulatory capture, what is that?
It's basically when powerful companies influence regulations to benefit themselves,
Ah.
often at the expense of competition and innovation.
So they're creating rules that give them an advantage and stifle potential rivals.
Exactly.
That's sneaky.
It can be.
So the article is really encouraging us to think critically about this whole landscape.
It is.
Who benefits from different approaches to AI development and regulation?
Right. Are they truly concerned about safety,
Mm-hmm.
or are there ulterior motives at play?
That's a really important point. It's easy to get caught up in all the hype and fear
Yeah,
and not really consider those underlying motivations.
absolutely.
And this is where the open source model offers a potential solution, right?
It does, because by making that development process transparent
Yeah.
and accessible, it reduces the risk of any one entity gaining too much control
Mm.
over the technology and its applications.
So instead of a select few dictating the rules of the game,
Yeah.
open source AI encourages a more collaborative and democratic approach.
Exactly. It empowers a diverse community of developers,
Mhm.
researchers, users to contribute to the development of AI in a way that benefits everyone.
That's a powerful idea.
It is.
But wouldn't that open development also lead to more fragmentation
Mhm.
and potential chaos with everyone tinkering with the code?
Hmm.
Wouldn't it be hard to maintain a unified vision and make sure things work together smoothly?
It's a valid concern, and
Okay.
it's definitely one of the challenges
Yeah.
that the open source community has to address.
Mm-hmm.
It can feel like herding cats sometimes, trying to get everyone to go in the same direction.
Right.
But there are mechanisms in place to encourage that collaboration
Okay.
and ensure compatibility.
So it's not a complete free-for-all.
No, not at all.
There are systems to manage the development process.
Absolutely. Open source projects often have structured governance models
Okay.
with core contributors who are responsible for guiding the project and ensuring code quality.
So those are like the architects making sure the foundation is solid.
Exactly. And while there will always be some degree of fragmentation,
Yeah.
there are also strong incentives for developers to work together
Mhm.
and create those interoperable systems.
It's fascinating to see how that balance plays out
Yeah.
between individual contribution and that collective direction.
It's a complex ecosystem,
It is.
but that's also one of the beautiful things about open source.
Mm-hmm.
It's so dynamic and adaptable. It can really respond to these challenges and opportunities as they arise.
This is all incredibly insightful. I have
Yeah.
to say, I'm already starting to see this open source AI movement
Yeah,
in a whole new light.
I'm glad to hear that it's a fascinating topic
It is.
with the potential to really reshape the future of technology and society.
Definitely. Okay, so we've talked a lot about the potential benefits of open source AI, but let's flip the script for a moment.
Okay.
What are some of the potential downsides? Are there any risks that we need to be mindful of?
Well, one of the key challenges with open source development is that potential for fragmentation.
Okay.
With so many different people and groups working on a project,
Right.
it can be tough to maintain that cohesive vision
Mm-hmm.
and ensure everyone is working towards the same goal.
Like herding cats, like we were talking about before.
Exactly. And that can lead to compatibility issues
Yeah.
where different versions of the software don't work well together.
That sounds like a headache.
It can be, and it's something that the open source community needs to actively address.
Okay.
Another potential risk is security vulnerabilities.
Hmm.
Now, while open source allows for greater scrutiny,
Right.
it also means that malicious actors can potentially exploit any weaknesses they find.
So it's a double-edged sword.
In a way, yes.
Mm.
But it's important to remember that closed source systems
Yeah,
aren't immune to vulnerabilities either.
that's true.
The key difference is that with open source, those vulnerabilities are more likely to be discovered and addressed quickly.
Right, because you have that vast network of people looking for and fixing problems.
Exactly, and that's a huge advantage.
Yeah.
But it's also important to remember that open source relies heavily on community involvement.
Mm.
If there isn't a strong and dedicated community supporting a project,
Right.
it can become stagnant and outdated.
So it's not just about making the code open.
No,
It's about fostering that vibrant and collaborative ecosystem around it.
absolutely. And that requires a certain level of commitment from everyone involved.
Okay, so there are definitely some challenges to consider.
Yeah.
But it seems like those potential benefits of open source AI,
Mhm.
especially in terms of transparency, security, and democratization,
Right.
they're pretty compelling.
I agree. And the article makes a very strong case
Yeah.
for why embracing open source is crucial for ensuring that AI benefits everyone, not just a select few.
It's definitely given me a lot to think about.
Good.
So what's the bottom line here? What does the article ultimately advocate for?
It's calling for a shift in mindset.
Okay.
Instead of approaching AI with fear and trying to lock it down,
Hmm.
we need to embrace transparency and collaboration.
It's about fostering a culture of open innovation where everyone has a voice and the ability to contribute.
Exactly. And it's about recognizing that the real danger
Yeah.
isn't the technology itself, but the potential for its misuse by those in power.
So instead of trying to control AI, we should focus on controlling the context in
Yeah.
which it's developed and used.
Precisely. It's about ensuring that AI aligns with our values and serves the best interests of humanity as a whole.
That's a powerful message and a conversation that I think we all need to be having.
I agree.
But before we wrap up this first part, I'm curious to dive a little deeper into the open source AI community itself.
Great point. Let's explore that further in part 2. It's easy to think of open source AI as just lines of code,
Yeah.
but it's so much more than that. It's really this vibrant community of people
Hmm.
driven by this shared passion for democratizing this technology.
Okay, so paint me a picture of this community.
Okay.
Who are these people and what kind of projects are they working on?
You've got everyone from seasoned developers to students just starting out,
Wow.
researchers pushing the boundaries of AI,
Mm-hmm.
even artists and designers exploring its creative potential.
So it's a pretty diverse crowd.
Incredibly diverse, and that's one of its greatest strengths,
Okay.
because this variety of perspectives leads to some really innovative projects.
Like, what? Give me an example.
For instance, there are groups working on open source tools for medical diagnosis,
Okay.
helping doctors in underserved areas access cutting-edge AI.
Wow, that's amazing. It's like using AI to level the playing field in healthcare.
Exactly, and that's just one example.
Mm,
There are projects focused on developing educational resources
okay.
to make AI accessible to everyone regardless of their background.
That's fantastic. It really embodies that democratizing spirit of open source.
It does, and there's also a lot of energy around creating AI models
Hmm.
that can generate art music, even write stories.
It sounds like this community is really pushing the boundaries of what's possible with AI.
They are,
But how does all this collaboration actually work in practice?
yeah,
Is it just a bunch of people randomly contributing code?
there's definitely structure and organization involved.
Okay.
Most open source projects have online platforms like GitHub,
Yeah.
where developers can collaborate, share code, track progress.
So it's like a virtual workspace for AI development.
Exactly. And within these platforms, you have different levels of contributors.
Okay.
You've got core developers who are responsible for the overall direction
Mm-hmm.
of the project
Mm-hmm.
and maintaining the code base.
So they're like the architects making sure the foundation is solid.
A great analogy.
Thanks.
And then you have a wider community of contributors
Okay.
who might write specific pieces of code, fix bugs, or even just contribute to documentation.
So there's a role for everyone, even those who aren't like coding wizards.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Even something as simple as improving the documentation
Yeah.
can be a valuable contribution because it helps make the project more accessible to others
Right.
who want to learn and get involved.
It sounds like a true community effort, everyone bringing their unique skills to the table.
That's what makes it so powerful.
Mm.
It's this collective intelligence, this shared passion for pushing the boundaries of AI
Mm-hmm.
while also making it more accessible and beneficial for everyone.
This all sounds incredibly inspiring, but I have to admit I'm also a bit intimidated.
Oh, yeah.
As someone who's not a programmer, I'd feel a bit lost trying to contribute to an open source AI project.
You absolutely don't have to be a programmer to make a difference.
Okay, good.
In the open source AI community,
Mm.
remember, it's a diverse ecosystem with a wide range of roles to fill.
So what are some ways someone like me without a coding background could get involved?
There are actually tons of ways to contribute.
Okay.
For instance, you mentioned earlier that you're interested in the ethical implications of AI.
Right.
Well, many projects need people to help develop ethical guidelines
Oh.
and ensure the technology is being used responsibly.
So I could use my interest in ethics to contribute to the conversation around responsible AI development.
Your perspective would be invaluable,
Okay.
and you don't need to be a philosopher or an ethicist
Right.
to contribute to those discussions. Your everyday experiences and insights are just as important.
Okay, that makes me feel a bit more empowered. Are there any other areas where someone with my skills could contribute?
Well, many projects need help with documentation,
Okay.
writing tutorials, or even translating materials into different languages.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have a knack for communication and enjoy explaining complex topics in a clear and concise way,
Yeah.
those are all valuable contributions.
I do enjoy making things easy to understand. I like to think I have a talent for explaining complicated stuff
Yeah.
to my friends and family.
That's a fantastic skill to have,
Okay.
and it's something that's highly valued in the open source community.
Good.
Remember, open source is all about accessibility and collaboration.
Right.
The more people who understand and can use the technology, the more beneficial it becomes for everyone.
That makes a lot of sense. And if I do happen to have some coding experience,
Yeah.
are there specific programming languages or skills that are particularly sought after in open source AI?
Python is definitely a popular choice in the AI world.
Okay.
So if you're comfortable with Python, you'll find plenty of opportunities to contribute.
Mm-hmm.
Libraries like TensorFlow and PyTorch, which are specifically designed for machine learning,
Yeah.
are also highly sought after.
So brushing up on my Python skills and learning more about TensorFlow and PyTorch could open up a lot of doors.
Absolutely. But even if you're not a coding whiz,
Right.
there's still so much you can do.
Like what?
Testing software, reporting bugs, or even just spreading the word about open source AI projects are all valuable contributions.
It's really inspiring to see how this community embraces contributions
Yeah.
from people with such a wide range of skills and backgrounds.
It is. That's the beauty of open source.
Mm-hmm.
It's a truly collaborative effort, and everyone is welcome to participate.
It feels like we've only scratched the surface of this vibrant community.
We have.
Is there anything else you think is important for our listener to understand about the open source AI landscape?
I think it's important to remember that it's constantly evolving.
Yeah.
So staying curious and engaged is key.
I guess that's the essence of a deep dive, isn't it?
It is.
Always exploring, always learning.
Precisely.
Yeah.
But I think the most important takeaway is that open source AI isn't just about technology.
Yeah.
It's about people.
Okay.
It's about a community of individuals who are passionate about using AI
Yeah.
to create a more equitable and beneficial future for everyone.
That's a powerful message. It's easy to get caught up in all the technical details and
Yeah.
lose sight of that human element.
It is.
But ultimately, it's people who are driving this movement
Right.
and shaping the future of AI.
Exactly. And remember, even small contributions can have a big impact.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're interested in getting involved, don't hesitate to jump in and explore the many ways you can contribute.
Oh. This has been incredibly insightful. I'm feeling a lot more informed and, dare I say, even a bit inspired to explore the world of open source AI further.
That's great to hear. It's an exciting field with so much potential.
It is, but before we get too carried away, let's bring it back to the article.
Okay.
And the main arguments it's making about the importance of transparency and open access in AI development. Yeah, the article really drives home this idea that open source AI, it's not just some techie ideal.
Right.
It's about, actually shaping the future we want.
It is.
But it can feel a little overwhelming, like what can one person actually do
Yeah.
to push for a more open and ethical AI landscape?
I get it. It's easy to feel like a small cog in this massive machine.
Right.
But that's where this article offers some really practical and empowering advice.
Okay, give me the pep talk. What can our listener do to make a difference?
Well, first and foremost, stay informed.
Okay.
Articles like the one we're discussing are a great starting point. Engage in these conversations.
Right.
Challenge assumptions about AI.
Yeah.
And just make sure your understanding goes beyond the headlines.
So knowledge is power, as they say, but what about concrete actions?
Well, you can support organizations that are championing open source AI.
Okay.
New Research, the author of this article, is a good example.
Yeah.
They're actively working to make AI more accessible and beneficial for everyone.
So we can vote with our wallet, so to speak.
Exactly.
And support companies that align with these open source principles.
Absolutely. And don't underestimate the power of your time and your skills.
Mm-hmm.
Open source projects thrive on contributions. And it's not just about code.
Right.
You can help with documentation, translation, even community outreach.
This is starting to feel a lot less daunting.
Good.
It's not just about being a tech whiz. It's about finding where your passions and your skills
Right.
intersect with this movement.
Exactly. And remember, open source AI is fundamentally about democratizing this technology.
Yeah.
That means making it understandable and usable for everyone, not just a select few.
So someone with a background in education could help develop AI learning materials.
Right.
Someone with design skills could contribute to user-friendly interfaces.
Exactly. It's about bringing those diverse talents to the table.
It really is. And even if you're not directly involved in a project,
Yeah.
you can advocate for policies that support open and ethical AI development.
Absolutely.
Talk to your friends and family, share articles online, engage with policymakers, raise awareness.
Exactly.
It's like creating this ripple effect,
Mm-hmm.
spreading the message and building that collective push for a future where AI benefits humanity as a whole.
And that's really the core message of this article.
Yeah.
Open source AI isn't just about lines of code.
Right.
It's about fostering this culture of transparency, collaboration, and collective responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
It's about ensuring that AI serves us, not the other way around.
Wow, this has been a real eye-opener. I feel like I've gone from, feeling intimidated by the complexity of AI
Yeah.
to actually feeling empowered to participate in shaping its future.
That's the power of understanding, and that's why deep dives like this are so important.
Absolutely. So to everyone listening, we hope this conversation has sparked your curiosity
Yes.
and inspired you to think critically about the role of AI in our lives.
Remember, the future of AI isn't predetermined. It's
Mm,
something we create together.
that's a good point.
So explore, question, and engage with this technology in a way that aligns with your values.
And don't forget, even small actions can have a big impact. Every voice counts in this conversation.
Absolutely.
Until next time, keep diving deep.